a 28-footer right now. That'd be
You are high.
Oh my God. He can just take it.
By the way,
with his dad yelling, "Shoot it!"
If this happens, you and I will be like gummies.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the Sack. It is a slug 'em down, sip 'em slow Sack Sunday. The redoubtable one, the highly questioned one, and Lottie Dottie in the hizzy, the Midwestern man from Michigan himself, the bad man from the Badlands. Segment 2, we are talking NFL, and we're going to start with that team in the Motor City. The Detroit Lions are taking the NFL world by storm. They should have got in last year. Why they stopped running the ball, we'll never know, but I got news for you. This is a better team. This is a better team than last year. Their defense is much better. I'm telling you, and Jared Goff, dare I say it, MVP candidate, America. Holy shit ball. But we're going to turn to Lottie Dottie here because this is his team. And I'm glad we got him here. I picked him to go to the Super Bowl in preseason. I think Tom did too, or had him losing the NFC title game. But he had him in the Final Four.
Did we pick that?
We picked preseason, who was going to the Super Bowl. So anyway, but
who did I say?
I thought you said Detroit and Kansas City.
That's I mean,
That's
that
what I
seems
thought
to be the most plausible right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went Detroit and the Ravens. So
It's possible too.
the thing
Either
is,
way, great
games.
Great
Would love to see either matchup.
Either one would be great. But let me and Detroit, by the way, went into Kansas City and won last year on that field. So the point is, they're not afraid of Kansas City.
But that was when Kadarius Toney played for the Chiefs, and he no longer does.
And Travis Kelce was injured that game.
Well, Travis Kelce is now 2 years old and looks a lot
He
smaller.
was that first game.
Yeah, I don't know. Kelsey's not what he was though. He's older. He's
I agree with
He's
that.
definitely older. Yeah,
He's older. He's not the same guy. But anyway, first off, congratulations on where they are so far. As a
Yes,
Detroit
sir.
fan, you must be happy.
Man.
And
Amazing.
you saw and said when he gave you a bit of background on the pain, which they've been the only one of the original franchise has not even been to the Super Bowl. So they were knocking on the door, and they look better this year. But so as we stand today, and again, there's a lot of football left to go. But give us your assessment, the good, the bad. There isn't much bad. What do you like so far? What would you like to see more of as they get closer to the playoffs? And give us a off the top of your head win total.
So
Because right now I think they're 8-1. They're 8-1 right now.
Yeah, correct.
So first of all, what do you like so far? What you've seen?
8-1.
8-1.
So the biggest story with the Lions is they're down 4 defenders right now.
Really?
Aiden
starters.
Aiden Hutchinson is out for the
That's
year.
right, broke his leg.
Really broke his leg.
Yeah.
Like you're
Like you hope he's playing next year.
you hope he's playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know there's the next man up mentality, but not for a guy like that.
You can't lose a guy like that. He's an all-pro.
I'd venture to say he still leads the league in sacks at this point, even though he's been out for a few weeks.
He was close.
So you lose arguably your best defender.
Well, the GM did fill not that he replaced that.
He hasn't played yet. But yeah.
Oh, he hasn't?
No, because last week he was on the sidelines.
He had
What
passed
was it,
physical.
Zadarius?
or-
He passed. No, remember, Cleveland had already had, or Detroit's already had their bye week, and Cleveland had, so he would have ended up playing an extra game. So Campbell gave him the night off.
Okay.
Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith, yeah,
Good though, right? Like he's a good,
Solid.
really
That's
good.
a solid
Good.
play.
If you had to lose
Yeah.
a guy like that, that's not a bad guy to get.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm Rodriguez, you
so-
got Marcus Davenport. I mean, there's a lot of guys out. So my thing I like the most is I can't the old Detroit Lions, we used to call them SOL, same old Lions, right? Now,
Shit out of luck.
right, shit
Ooh,
out of
that's a
luck,
good one, too.
right? No, that's the same. I mean,
Well,
it's
that's what
all,
SOL is.
It's exactly SOL Lions, and now it's the B&L, the brand new Lions. This is a brand new Lions move. This defense somehow, some way is finding a way to win every week, despite being down. So, as America watches, if they're not paying attention, that's the biggest story of the game. You know, we knew Jared Goff was going to be an efficient quarterback.
You
Right?
didn't know he was going to be this good.
I mean, I don't know if he was
This
going to make
is
80% of his
NBA.
passes,
Yeah,
but
this
he is
is-
running that offense
Yeah.
with proficiency.
I mean-
you got great receivers. If Jameson Williams can stay out of trouble, he's a great number 2.
Amon
is he
Ross
in
And
trouble?
you've got a two-headed monster at running back.
That's the thing. You drafted that guy in fantasy. The
He was my first.
Jameer, you
He
got
was
Jameer
Jameer.
Gibbs.
He was my
burner.
first running back.
Yeah, David Montgomery,
burner.
great between the tackles guy.
Kid's filthy.
The other thing that I like is, besides the defense, for the most part, everybody stayed healthy on the offensive side.
So far, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Got a great kicker.
Yeah.
Because our Michael Badgley went down.
Yeah.
So this Jake Bates guy played for the Michigan Panthers last year. Great story. Was working at, what was he selling bricks or selling construction material in
Really?
Houston, and he hit the game-winning field goal last week in Houston. You can't write this stuff, man. It's pretty crazy. So
That is pretty crazy.
So you
Dude,
want to
Giants
win?
couldn't find a kicker if they were like at a Man U convention.
I will tell you this: if I have to come up at the beginning of the season, I said 12 was going to be the Lions' win, but obviously expectations change as the season goes on.
So you had him at 12-5.
I had him at 12-5. I thought that would be because an SOL team would have gone all the way nearly to the Super Bowl and then not made the playoffs the next season, right? We're not seeing that this year.
No, they look better.
They look better. They look better when they're missing guys on defense. So new win totals got to be at least 13. If I'm betting big money, I'd say 13.
But if they finish 12-4 even right now, I mean
12-5, yeah.
12-5.
Well, Philly is 8-2.
But you'd still be happy with that, right?
Absolutely. This is house money, man. We're loving this, right?
Yes.
You already got the biggest monkey off your back was not winning a playoff game in 30 plus years.
Yeah.
So doing that, now you're back to square one, right?
Sure.
It's the Dolphins that have the longest time frame. I think it's back to 2000, maybe 24 years. So that they've won a play. Been to the playoffs. They just haven't won a game. That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So I like the Lions. I'm going to go on record as saying I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl. I think they're going to slip up at some point, and those injuries are going to come back to bite them. Somebody's going to get them.
Who would take their spot?
Who's going to beat them?
Green Bay. Green Bay could beat them. I don't know if I trust San Francisco unless everybody's healthy.
Yeah, but
San Francisco
Green Bay hasn't been healthy.
Green Bay hasn't been healthy, but they've been playing great. Malik Willis came in and backup quarterback and helped them win 2 games, right?
They can't beat y'all with Malik Willis, though.
That's a very
they can't. They can't. So yeah, I would say they're going to slip up in the playoffs. Not that I don't want them to, but I just feel like the window's till 27.
Yeah.
I've been saying this all year. You've got those. That's the amount of years you've got where this window's up before you really have to start making some hard decisions on contracts by 2027 because you got a lot of young guys making not a lot of money, right? So I'm going to say that I will be thrilled if they just make the Super Bowl. They don't even got to win it. They get there. It's a beautiful thing. They win it. I mean, the city will lose their mind. It'll be great. It'll be an awesome thing. And like I said, I feel like it's the same vibe you'll get from when the Cubs won the World Series. The Lions have always been just a franchise that just things just didn't go right.
Yeah.
And now they're going very.
So this is 40. How many years you been alive?
48.
This is 48 years of misery talking right now.
Tough. Well, think about it. You had one of the greatest running backs, arguably the greatest of all time.
I would say
retire.
Barry to me is the best back I've ever seen.
Best guy I've ever watched. Like it is crazy. Yeah. Calvin Johnson. Yeah, you had that. I mean, Matt Stafford's. I mean, he's a Super Bowl quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, that was all.
He'll make
Patricia's fault. You made the mistake hiring.
Yeah, that was a weird thing.
If Campbell,
we had every coach.
If Campbell was here,
you could possibly want.
Matt Stafford wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
But okay, so you have them not getting to the Super Bowl, and you think it's going to be injuries.
I think it's going to be.
Which is the elephant in the room. With every team.
See that? Oregon, Wisconsin, 16-13.
Wow, look at
with a
that.
minute left. Where is that game?
Oh, BYU just started too. Number 6 BYU.
Is there just a minute left in that game?
Yeah,
there's less than a minute left in this game. This Tennessee game. Tennessee down.
No, there's not. There's 9 minutes.
Oh, there's 9 minutes. No,
the dawning in the brook is not ending. Yeah. Okay, so that's an interesting take.
That is,
and I get why you say that. Here's why I vehemently disagree with that. Because this is not the same old Lions.
It is in the fourth.
We want to believe. I
get that, but this is the whole you got to prove it to me thing, which I get.
Yep. Show me.
You have to show me. I'm done. I've been down this road before.
All Lions fans are like, this is great, but where they're just everyone's waiting kind of patiently to celebrate.
Here's the difference. The last time you were here, which was really the only time in your lifetime, at that time, you had Barry Sanders and not really a whole lot else.
Yeah.
And he got you to the conference championship.
Never had a good quarterback.
No.
Always had good receivers. You had Herman Moore,
you never had what you are looking at right now. You never even
that
had,
is I will say
you
that
never had even close to this.
Yeah.
If Barry Sanders was on this team right now, he'd have 3 Super Bowls.
Oh my God.
He'd have 3 with this team. Barry Sanders and this team would be unbeatable right now. Okay, in terms of what's out there right now. Okay. So the thing is,
you still like Detroit getting there.
Yeah, and I think they can win it. The only thing that I honestly,
Philly's starting to look like they could.
I think here's the problem. Here's the thing about the AFC. There is one scenario where they get there and they lose it, and it's dependent on a couple of things. But there's one team I could think Detroit come in there playing their A game, and this is the one team that could still beat them, and that would be Baltimore, because they have a dynamic in that backfield that is better than the one Detroit has. And to me, Detroit has the best 1-2 punch in the backfield in the NFL. But they have a quarterback and Henry. That's a different thing.
That's a different
thing. It's a different thing altogether. And the fact they brought in Johnson, that receiver from Carolina, who was Pittsburgh's number 1. Now they've got 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. They're the one team And I'm not saying Detroit couldn't beat
Even
him.
Bateman's a decent receiver.
He is too, but I'm saying
Their defense is suspect, though.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Detroit can beat them. I'm
Sure.
just saying, but if they did lose, that would be the
That'd
team
be
that
the
did
team.
it. That did it.
Because Lamar and that offense.
Lamar
was
goes
crazy.
off, and Derrick Henry does one of those Derrick Henry
But when you
things.
have to choose between Derrick Henry and that shit,
That's
that's
hard.
tough.
Yeah, because he could then draw back and pass.
Right.
Because Lamar can
That's
throw.
the difference.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the difference. And that's why I think they're the one team. If Detroit is playing their A game, there's only one team I could see beating them, and it's them. And I'm not saying they would,
Right.
but if that happened, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't, because of what they have. And that
Yep.
they have a very unique, I have never seen a backfield like this with a quarterback and a running back that look like this. I have
Right.
never seen that in 51 years. That's the one thing. Doesn't mean they can't beat them, but that's the team that if they lose, that would be the team that did it.
So you don't think Philly could beat them?
Philly's, no, because I don't trust Philly's coach. At all. At all. They've got enough. Their offense is good enough. I don't know if their defense is. I think Detroit could light their secondary up.
Yeah,
They
because-
couldn't match up with Detroit.
But the secondary is what's been their strength.
They haven't seen Detroit.
Yeah, but did you see what this guy just did to fucking?
I don't think there's an offense in this league as good
Did you
as
see what they
Detroit's.
did to McLaurin? And
Baltimore
then
being the one that I think is
yeah.
close.
the week before that, Neighbors. I mean, I know that's with Daniel Jones.
Right.
You're not
the
even-
Neighbors is a hell of a receiver. I mean,
That's
oh,
Amon-Ra
man.
St. Brown. And
Yeah.
then what?
And then,
I know what
yeah,
you got
you're
5
right.
options. He's got none.
Sure,
Okay?
sure,
That's
sure.
the point. Now, if Saquon
Yeah.
was still there, and I still say this, that would be a different team.
He looks good.
Because they've been in all but 2 games, and if Saquon,
Saquon
was
looks
there
great.
with if those two, I would have loved to have seen those two together.
I know, but then you think about Philly's offense.
They got
They got A.J. Brown,
That-
Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley.
Yep, they're capable.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then Jalen Hurts.
I was gonna say, and Jalen Hurts.
who is one of the more dynamic quarterbacks in the fucking league.
Yep.
That's it.
They're
very good,
I-
very good arm.
yeah,
can
he-
run.
yeah, he
RPO.
If what's
big.
his face? If Sirianni can stay out of the way there, I think they're.
I think
yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is just as good as A.J. Brown. I think the guy on the other side is just as good as Smith. I
Jameson
think they're
Williams
I
fast.
think your tight end is better.
Porter's
I
great.
think where they have Saquon, you have 2 dynamic
That's true.
backs.
That is.
The advantage they have is Hurts is more mobile, but I don't know if he's a better passer than Goff.
No.
I don't know that he is.
Not in that
So
offense.
and you have the better coach.
And our
that's-
offensive
it's-
coordinator
yeah,
will
you
will
have-
throw it to
you
an
have-
offensive lineman.
You have the better.
So that's good.
You have the better
We have
coach.
a lot of trick plays. a lot
So
of trick
to
plays.
me,
I mean, you make very valid points.
to me, you have the advantage. I'm not saying they couldn't beat you, but again, you'd have to fuck up.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
yep.
play a
They'd
clean
have to
game.
slip up.
You'd have to have a couple of turnovers. You play a clean game, you beat them.
But listen, they make a
I'd like to
playoffs
see
and
that
they slip
game.
up.
You may
No
see
one,
that
no one's
game.
going to be no one's going to be terribly upset.
Could that
they just,
be the NFC
sense of urgency
Championship
won.
game?
Very well could be.
Yeah, very
I-
good.
That'd
I-
be a great
very-
NFC
very-
Championship
Yeah, yeah.
game.
And I think it could happen. There's a very good chance it could happen. But again, back to my original point of why I disagree with you.
Yeah.
The one time you
Makes
got
sense.
there in your life, yes, you had arguably the greatest back ever, but there wasn't a whole lot around him.
Yeah.
I think Scott Mitchell was his quarterback.
Yep.
I think that they
No,
had,
at that time, well, Eric Kramer when they
Eric
played.
Kramer.
You're talking about when they played the Redskins.
Yeah, whoever.
in
Yeah,
91.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the quarterback?
It was Eric Kramer.
Yeah, Eric Kramer.
Eric
no,
Kramer.
No,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
no, stop.
He's
No one
still-
knows.
he's
don't-
still famous
If you
in
didn't say,
Detroit.
if you didn't say Eric
That's all he
Kramer,
plays.
no one would know. If I said that, no one would
Was
fucking
that
talk
the
about.
Barry Sanders quarterback?
Yeah, when they
Yeah,
got to the
well, it was
when they
one-
got the NFC title
yeah.
game and lost to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Have you seen that?
And that was Mark Rippon's
Have
team.
you
That
seen the
team was great.
documentary
They
where
won the Super
like
Bowl.
where that guy was
oh,
all
yeah.
pissed off? Did you see that documentary about Barry?
Where-
And the quarterback was all pissed off. Like,
Oh yeah, which quarterback was it? It wasn't Rodney Pete.
no, it was the one you guys were just talking about.
Eric Kramer. He
think
was
it was him.
upset. Maybe it was.
Because everybody blamed him
Yeah.
for them not.
Oh,
getting
sure,
over the top
sure.
With Barry,
Yeah.
was that him, or did you not see that?
Oh, I think that's Scott Mitchell. You're talking about
that's
Scott
Scott
Mitchell
Mitchell.
because that's after Bobby Ross got there.
Okay.
You know, Scott Mitchell
Okay.
came in when Fonts was still there, but then Bobby Ross came. Scott Mitchell had a great year his first year.
He did.
He had one good year because that was the year, I think it was 94 where Marino tore his Achilles.
Yes.
And Scott Mitchell was the backup.
Yep.
He basically parlayed that year. I mean, they didn't do great, but I mean, he was serviceable.
Yep.
That turned into a big contract, and Detroit got him as a
Yep.
free agent.
Yeah. He got
So
to
that
play-
first year, Brett Perriman and Herman Moore both had over 1,000-yard
Yeah.
seasons
Damn.
as receivers. So I mean, it was an exciting team. They just stumbled in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Well, they stumbled to Washington, who won the Super Bowl, and by the way, in that Super Bowl, they beat Denver, which on their way 42-10.
well, this I'm talking about. This is the 95 year. I cannot remember who they lost to. It might have been Philly.
Why Barry wasn't there?
Barry was still there. I think they lost to Philly. Do you remember Rodney Pete was their quarterback? I think that was the year where Philly just destroyed them.
Pete was y'all's quarterback?
We had Rodney Pete, and they drafted him, and then Andre Ware the next year after he won the Heisman. So we had Ware was not great. I don't
remember Andre Ware.
Andre Ware went Houston. Yeah, Houston.
Yeah. Heisman candidate. Did he
yeah.
win the Heisman? He was a finalist.
He did. Andre Ware did.
Andre won the
yeah.
Heisman, yeah.
He was throwing. I mean, wow,
Dude,
tons
he
of
had
6,000 yards maybe or something like that. It was crazy.
He was in that run and shoot offense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, they just sling it all game.
Yeah. It was like watching Larry Marymount in basketball back in the day.
So yeah, they've had their fair share of history with all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
But again, us Lions fans, they get to the Super Bowl. We hope they strike it while the iron's hot.
I'm telling you right now, if they're healthy, they're going,
and
they're going to win it.
Yeah, and a lot of
Kansas
folks agree
City's. We'll talk about Kansas City in a minute, but before we get into the picks, there was one thing I wanted to throw at you guys, and I had talked about this with Sean Darcy. By the way, hello, Sean, one of our first and loyal subscribers. By the way, subscribing is free, America. It's free. It's the only thing in this country that's going to be free in about 2 months. So subscribe, okay? And no taxes. We won't tax your ass either, okay? So the thing is this. We were talking about, and we started with the dark horse, and I was egging him on to say Colorado, because here's the deal. You guys have heard this. This week this came out that Deion Sanders was going to be, once the draft order was set, he was going to be calling certain teams, telling them not to draft his son.
Not surprising.
And they started, no, I don't blame him, because to Dan Orlovsky's point, again, more quarterbacks are destroyed than made in this league. And he and I have two off the top of our heads we can give you. Okay, and he's probably had a slew of them
and
too.
My favorite quarterback of all time did the same thing. Eli.
So, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yep, he did. John Elway did it.
He wanted to play for the Chargers.
John Elway did it.
And a lot of
back in
people
the day.
hate him for that.
Yep.
John Elway said he was going to play for the Yankees, right?
No, John Elway told the Baltimore Colts not to draft him. He went to Denver instead. The Colts had the number one pick, and he said, "Don't draft me. I'm not going to play for you."
Yep.
Yeah, if my team was the one that got spurned, I could see hating that guy.
Sure.
But as a team that gets him, you understand why.
And you win 2 Super Bowls with him.
You go.
You're okay with it?
No. It was his fucking career. He wanted to decide, I'm not letting you guys fuck my shit up.
Yeah. Right.
No, but you're right. It is his career.
Right.
And the thing is, and this is why I don't get mad at athletes anymore for this, because we, as just every day, we go to a job to apply. We go where we want to go.
Yeah.
We don't wait for public opinion.
Right.
We go to what's going to work best for me, because it's my life at the end of the day. That's no different for a professional athlete.
Right.
It isn't. So,
but that first time, they never get to pick.
No. Well, the thing is, if you want to get mad at somebody for that, get mad at your ownership, get mad at your franchise because he doesn't want to play there. It's not because of the fan base. He doesn't know you from a hole in the wall. It's the fucking ownership. It's the way the organization's run. It's their history. So if he doesn't want to go there because the fucking team hasn't done jack in 50 years, don't get mad at him for that. Most fucking people would go, I fucking played him, but then they suck. Fuck yeah, my career will be over before I blink. You'd say the same thing. And you know what? No one would blame you. Nope. No one would blame you.
You mean to tell me if you were looking for a job today, you wouldn't walk into some shithole that was falling apart and go, hey,
I see potential.
Can I lead this place?
I see potential.
Yeah.
Can I be here?
You know what you do? You pull the, what is it, the A-Rod? You pull the Aaron? Or can I leave this place? I think I could. But, there are things that would have to be
Would it be the best decision?
Yeah.
I don't know.
By the way, you're walking in this. He does. Aaron. He. One of the main reasons we hate Aaron Rodgers on this show is because he will answer a question by turning it into an interview of questions that he asks himself.
That's Brett Favre.
I'm sorry, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, when he was retiring, he used to.
This is great.
He used to do the press conferences where he basically interviewed himself. He'd be like, "Look."
They'd ask him one question.
Do I think I can still play football?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I do. I can play at a high level. Now, do I want to keep going through the daily grind and do everything it takes?
He's talking himself through it, basically. Yeah.
I've seen this. I have YouTubed this since he said it. It's
fucking
fucking hysterical. Like, this actually happens in a post game. He turns into a 5-minute soliloquy. It's just him questioning himself and then answering the question.
Look, have I thought about it a lot? Yeah, I have. I mean,
my family be affected? They could be.
Right. Does it take a toll on me?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, am I sick of taking painkillers? Of course I am.
But do I have any regrets? Would I go back and do it all over again? Of course I would.
And by the way, we swore unless we were doing that impression, we would never talk like that on this show.
Right.
We won't. It's only to make fun of Brett Favre.
I love it.
I said to him, you understand he's had like 15 concussions, and that might be why this is happening.
Yeah. Yes.
But still,
that's actually sad to think about.
It is. It is. And again,
but then it's also sad to think about. Didn't he have some issues with welfare?
There was rumors that he embezzled some money from the government.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a rumor. That's never been proven. I'm not
To
saying
help build like a facility or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a community center or something. I don't know the
It
exact
actually
story,
was
but
actually the purpose was supposed to be noble,
yes.
but just how he did it was shady.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
about that.
Again, this is something
I
that
don't know about the purpose being noble.
you don't know, and neither do I.
Oh my gosh.
Like, look, do I know about
don't
it being noble?
embezzle-
I don't know.
you don't
Is it
em-
possible? It could be. Are there doubts? Absolutely.
Okay.
If you question it, would I question you? No, I would not
Does
question
the
you.
guy holding the gun make the most sense as the actual shooter? It could be.
It could be. I mean, it could be. Is he pointing right at the victim? He was.
Could it
Yeah.
not be? Could it not be?
Could the safety have been on? It could have been, but then again, it might have been off. I mean, there is a bullet in the
God.
victim that matches the gun. I don't know. Doesn't look good.
Talking yourself through it. Talking through it.
Would I have done that? No.
Could I see someone else doing it?
Absolutely. In this country, of course.
Oh my god.
Have I
You know what's
thought
funny?
about it?
When he goes home the night before he goes to sleep, he's going to think of this and just laugh to himself. And his wife's going to go, what's wrong? Nothing. Those two are nuts.
Oh. Too
Anyway,
funny, man, too funny.
but anyway, the thing is, Deion Sanders said this stuff, and I get why he's saying it. Now, here's where this
What
gets
did Deion
interesting.
say again?
He said he's going to be, once the draft order is set, there are teams he's going to call
Sorry.
and say, do not draft my
I
son.
forgot what we were talking
Now,
about.
here's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
One of those teams right now
Elefante?
is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders have a minority owner named Tom Brady.
Who has
Tom-
a good relationship with
Deion's son. He has
Very
worked
good.
with him. So,
These
and the
dots are
question
connected.
also came up because, and by the way, I did not start this when this was started on ESPN about the Dallas Cowboys' next coach, and the name they threw out was Deion Sanders. Now, here's my
Well, that's what
conspiracy.
Stephen A. said.
Here's about the not just him. Actually, he wasn't the first one that said it. The first one that said it was freaking Rex Ryan. He was the first one that said
Yeah,
it.
okay, in the middle of begging for the Jets job?
No. He said this.
Rex Ryan's been begging to coach the Jets for about
he-
3 weeks now.
The only
Have you seen this?
No.
with
I
that
haven't.
defense, would you blame him? That's the one thing he knows how to do.
And he's like, I'd love to get back in there.
And fuck it up
Have a
again.
little fire, have a little pride. I'd love to coach that team. Get me in there. Be like,
First thing you
Rex,
want-
you guys will be fucking 3-14 next year.
You'll fuck it, Rex. You'll fuck it all up. I mean, at this point, you fucked up 2 teams, Rex. You're full of shit. Fuck off. Anyway, the bottom line is this: the one thing that he said, though. What? This is that off the rails moment, America. It always happens.
I'm sorry, I took a sip and then I just started thinking about Rex Ryan fucking teams.
Yeah.
But being on the show, acting like he's fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
a genius.
He was saying,
He's fucking
because
Bill
they were
Walsh.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, right,
no, but they
right.
were, no, but the question was this: what would it take? What kind of coach does Dallas need to change that locker room? And obviously, it was Bill Belichick. But the whole thing about Belichick was he'd want control, and Jerry doesn't want to give that control. And who's going to bend?
Oh, yeah.
They're like-
Yeah, that's not gonna
But
work.
so assuming that's not
Like
going to
you said,
happen,
Jerry's got to die.
yeah. So Jerry's going to die. Or what if he hires Deion? So that's where this started.
You think
Now,
he'd be the only one that maybe he'd give control to?
I don't know that Deion wants control like Belichick does. I think that team has got a lot of talent. I think he could. And the question is, could he? And again, he's a Cowboy with a Super Bowl ring.
It's true.
Multiple,
Okay,
right?
multiple. Okay, so the thing is, it makes sense. But then this is my thing. He's calling people up about don't draft his son. If Tom Brady if the Raiders are in that top 3 or 4,
And Brady calls?
and Brady calls, oh by the way,
Raiders are getting him.
I'll hire you as the head coach. So they go together to the
Yeah,
Raiders.
this is-
I can see that. I can
Think
see
about
that.
this, America.
And
Nobody
Deion-
has mentioned this. You're hearing it here first.
And then
on
Travis
IDD.
Hunter tells
What's your-
every
what's your
other
missing
team.
The biggest point of it all. Deion in Vegas.
Yeah,
He's perfect for that.
he's perfect. Think about this.
I mean,
him,
that
his
is-
son, Tom Brady,
The lights
there,
ain't too bright,
working with
you
his son. Oh
He's
my
also
God.
perfect for Dallas. I mean,
He would be.
Sure.
But,
He's also
but
perfect for
Vegas
that.
and
Although I don't know
the
about
Raiders,
that
though?
personality conflict might be pretty fierce with him and Jerry Jones.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but
thing
he's
is, would
gonna
Deion
die.
want?
He's
But would
gonna
Deion,
die.
hold on. Would Deion want total control?
no, I think you make a good point about that.
I don't think he needs total
I
control.
think Jerry would kind of let him be, and Deion is the type of personality that might be able to handle all the bullshit that comes
Well, I
with
got news for you. They'd respect him instantly.
it. Right.
He's
Yeah.
the greatest defensive cornerback.
I feel
ever.
like he could probably
my
tell
God.
Jerry Jones shit that maybe some people can't.
Jerry would listen to him.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he could be like,
That is
"What the
also
fuck?"
true. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Jerry would listen to him. But that's the thing, and Rex Ryan floated that. And I think that's one thing I actually agree with him on. But my thing is this: that his son is coming out, and Dak Prescott just got $60 million. Dak ain't going nowhere, so you can forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, if Deion goes, he goes. But the thing to Dallas. But the thing is,
he can't
what if he could go coach his son in the pros?
Well, of course.
Think about that. And by the way, the Raiders are firing their coach. They're going.
Oh, he's gone.
He's
is
gone.
there?
He's gone. I forget his name, but he's gone. I don't know. There was an intern coach who.
No, it's Antonio Pierce.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Antonio Pierce.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
They've had enough.
They've had enough.
I mean, he took over in the middle of a shit show.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I don't think it's his fault at all.
You're right,
By
though.
the
He's
way,
probably gone.
He's probably gone. And by the way,
You got Gardner as your quarterback.
I'll tell you why he's probably gone, because of the prospect of getting Deion and his kid in Vegas. By the way, think of asses in the seats too. Would that not be box? Will people not be going, I'm getting season tickets now to see that?
And those tickets are not cheap.
No, they're
Vegas.
not. But Vegas,
Right.
they'll sell that fucking thing out for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
if those
absolutely.
two go there. Oh, Tom Brady's there too? Hello. He's worked with the kid. He's made him look like a Heisman candidate. This is the perfect storm.
Yep.
Okay? So this could happen.
This is what they need.
This is what they need. And if I'm the Raiders, I'm just not even trying to field the team the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You're not winning anyway. But the thought of getting Deion and Shador in there,
This is why.
oh my
Not
God.
not jumping
Oh
jumping
my
the ship
God.
here, but why I like Miami tomorrow against the Raiders.
Yeah,
I can't
absolutely.
imagine. I feel like
The
the
Raiders
Raiders are
are-
mailing it in, and
the Ra-
Miami
if-
needs to win more.
I don't think there's anyone in America having now when they hear this will be like, why aren't the Raiders in tank mode? Because if they could get both of them, oh my God, yes.
Well, but even
who would not want to do that?
Miami
As a
and
Giants fan, would you take those two?
Yeah.
How about you? Yeah, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. As a Pat, I would take them
And Mara would be smart to fucking do
to
that.
do it. Yes. If I'm Mara, I'm making a call. Look, I'll
yeah.
pay you
Yeah.
whatever you
Yeah.
want.
You could be in New York. Fuck
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah,
he's
say it
in
like
New
that.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm
Exactly.
Mara, I'm making this
You
call.
can be the king
own
of New
it.
York. Dude.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
we're picking number 2. We're taking him, and we're taking you, and I'm giving you whatever you want.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Dave
in
Ball's
order
You
gone.
got Malik Neighbors already there,
That's nuts.
and then you're saying
Yeah.
you're gonna have a top 5 pick. You're gonna get him. Oh yeah, all day, every day.
Giants, just shit the bed.
Shit the bed.
Just shit everywhere.
Shit the bed.
Go in there and slide
I'm
all
serious
over it.
because this is the thing. Deion said this, and no one picked up on it. Like those two together. Imagine that. Like and that's the thing where Vegas is going to be, or the Raiders are going to be in that top 5 probably, and Tom Brady is there. Tom Brady's not stupid. He'll
I'm
jump
hoping
at
the
this.
Raiders win.
Yeah, well, I don't
I
think
need the Raiders to win a couple more.
you do. You're right.
mean,
This is gonna
Giants-
get this is gonna get very interesting
yeah.
down the stretch because I got news for you. And again, it's not being said yet. Deion doesn't talk about because they're trying to get in the college football playoff, but that's where his mindset should be. But I got news for you. In the back of his mind, don't think for a second he hasn't thought of this.
Yeah.
Don't think for a second this has not crossed his mind.
Yeah.
It has. I guarantee you it has. And it's a realistic possibility. You watch. But anyway, that's going to bring us into our pick segment. This is week 11. Now, pull up. What did we do last week? I think you beat me. I think you got a game on me. We both
No,
had a
I
good
think
week.
we had the same.
No, because you got that one right. Hold on. And by the way, this is his first time, but if he comes back, we'll tally up the season totals and we'll see what his percentage
Oh, I
is.
picked up a game, huh?
I think you did. I mean, both had good weeks, but I think you had a better week. So let me just see here real quick.
All right.
Let me pull this up. I want to pull up this week's schedule. So last week, we won the Thursday night game because Philly came back and won. Remember that against Washington? We had that.
No, that's this week.
It was Thursday. We both picked the Eagles.
Right, but we're talking
Yeah,
about,
that's it. Yeah,
we're
we started. I'm
talking
saying
about last week.
Okay, we do last week first.
Right? Isn't
Week
that what you
10.
said?
Yeah, week 10.
Yeah.
So I'm going to quick recap what we got. We both had the Ravens, right?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Yep. We had the Bears.
We had it goes Baltimore Giants, remember?
We had the Giants. They lost
lost.
to the who's our new bandwagon?
Panthers.
We adopted
Panthers.
a bandwagon team. And by the way,
No, it was a reverse bandwagon.
reverse bandwagon. Like, you know what?
Right.
Everybody
Adopt
hops
the
on a
shit
good one.
team.
We're going to take the shittiest
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
And by the way,
nobody's
they've
ever
won 2 in a row.
bandwagon.
They've won
Yeah.
2 in a row.
They beat the Saints.
They're going
They
with
beat
3 in a
us.
row. Yes.
They beat the Saints, then the Giants.
Yeah.
Yep.
We right
That's
after
crazy.
And we both picked against them.
Yeah,
Against the
they
Giants.
won anyway.
We did
Even
pick
though,
them.
even though you're
No,
like,
we picked them on.
Okay.
We picked them against the Saints.
We picked them against the Saints.
The first weekend they
We
became
did not
the
pick them
bandwagon.
against the Giants. Oh no, wait, I thought I did. No, we both took the Giants. No, we did.
I convinced you.
You did, you asshole. Anyway,
glad I got
we
you
both
right.
took Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Okay.
KC.
Yeah. By the way, we'll get. Is there another fucking way they can win?
Kansas City.
Are you
Was this the block?
This is the blocked
kick?
field goal kick. It was a chip
No,
shot.
here's the thing. I picked up that fucking asshole kicker. on a fantasy game.
You did this.
The guy missed the fucking extra point. He gets a field goal blocked. I'm like, he got fucking 0 points, that asshole.
The curse of Izzo is real.
It is.
It's a real thing.
Eat shit.
By the way, if you think I'm wrong, just roll back these tapes of all these things. Trust me. I'm not making it up, and it's all in the air.
It's horse shit. You know it.
It's on the air.
All right, KC,
Yep.
Atlanta. Did Atlanta win?
Did we have it land?
We both had Atlanta.
Yeah. Then the Saints won.
Yep. So
We lost that one.
That was an
So we-
MVS game.
Yes.
Where he had a couple touchdowns.
They had fired the Saints coach, and they win that game. Remember they lost 7 in a row?
Right,
They
and then
fired
they
the
win
Saints,
that.
He comes in, he wins. Anyway, so with
So what are we?
So we're 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, and now we're at the Niners Buccaneers.
And we both had Niners.
Yep,
So we're
4-3. Steelers committed. Here's where you got
That's
me.
where I got Steelers.
Yeah. So I'm
Dude, that
4-4.
came down to the end there.
Oh my God, this fucking donkey jumps off sides. What a fucking, this is the guy I wanted fired, the lineman. I was on our chat, I was like, fired. Fire him now.
Yeah.
Fire him now.
All right, so now what's the count?
I'm
right
4-4, you're 5-3. And then Vikings, Jaguars. We had Vikings.
there? We had both. Oh no, we had Vikings, then Chargers.
They both won. So hold on. I'm 6-4, you're 7-3. Eagles, Cowboys, both had the Eagles.
Of course.
So I'm 7-4, you're 8-3. Cardinals, Jets. We both had the Cardinals. I talked you into
thank
that
you.
one. I talked him
Thank
out
you.
of that one. You owe me. I talked you into.
Oh, I've talked you into playing.
Yeah. Well, you're talking plenty of losses.
That's horse shit. I got a better record than you.
Yeah, because you talked me into a loss. You talked me into that fucking
That's
Detroit.
horse shit.
I was gonna take.
I never talked you into a game that I didn't pick too.
I was gonna take the Panthers, and he talked me into taking the Giants. That's an asshole.
I'm like 8 games.
Do I ever
ahead of
talk you into taking the Patriots? Hell no. In fact, sometimes
you did.
Sometimes you have when they were good.
No, you took them a couple weeks ago and they lost. Dude,
I haven't picked the Patriots all
last
year.
year you picked the Patriots to win that division. I was picking them halfway through the year because of you.
I did, and then Mac Jones got hurt. And Mac, oh no,
When have I ever talked you to
Matt
pick the Patriots?
Judon got knocked out for the year in the 4th game of the season.
And how does this come full circle? Guess who's starting against the Detroit Lions tomorrow? Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, this is the guy last
the
week.
Jaguars.
You want to talk about somebody who's always calling it? I said Mac Jones sucks, and he was going to throw 6 picks, and he goes, he's going to have 3 touchdowns.
I was joking when I said that.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I texted you. Oh, that's why. That's why I picked the Vikings.
Like,
Mac Jones.
this guy's going to have 3 touchdowns.
I was
You
joking
watch.
when I said that.
You were like, he'd never had this kind of talent. And I was like, what talent do the fucking Jags have?
well, they had more than the Patriots, but not
No,
by,
they
not by.
don't.
They do.
Dude, Travis Etienne doesn't even play anymore.
They beat the Pats by 3 touchdowns, dickhead. This year. This year.
That's
Yeah,
embarrassing.
they had more talent than the Patriots. Don't give me that shit. Don't tell me my team sucks more than my team sucks. They fucking suck. Okay? They're terrible. Anyway, the bottom line is this.
Oh, man.
So we both had the Vikings. All right, we both had the Chargers. So I'm 6-4, you're 7-3. We both had the Eagles. So I am 7-4, you're 8-3. Yeah. We both had the Cardinals, 8-4 or 9-4, 10-3. And then we both had the Lions. So I went 11-4, you went 12-3. And then Monday night.
What about the Rams?
We both had the Rams, right?
Yeah.
The Dolphins won. So you were
What's up, baby?
12-4, I was 11-5.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good week.
Okay,
It's a good week for both
Yeah,
you guys.
so you gained a game.
11-5.
Yeah, and I was, what was I last? What was I?
12-4.
Yeah, what was I for the year going?
Okay, so going in, you were 82-55.
Yep. So 11-5 would make me 93-60. That's pretty good. 93-60, and he's 6 games or 7 games ahead of me. And you are what?
So I was 88-49 going in.
And 12-4, 88. So you're 100
wins.
And 53.
53. That's ridiculous. 100.
That's pretty good,
That's
man.
very good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking him into so many losses.
You have.
I got
You have. Don't worry. So I'm 7 down with 7 weeks to go. All right. All
I
right.
got 100 wins.
I'm gonna catch him. All right, let's get.
Dude, you caught me last year, too.
I did. He was like 5 up, and I caught him in pass.
I'm a choker. Look at this. Gets to the end of the season, I'm like, oh, God, who do I pick?
I'm a joker. All right. So now you know where we stand. This is his first week.
Yep.
Okay.
We
so
both
now,
picked Philly on Thursday.
yeah. So we're not gonna. You get a pass for that one because I'm
Yeah,
assuming
no worries.
Philly was gonna win. But anyway. But
We're going to
so
figure
anyway,
out a way to pick.
so we're gonna start with. Oh wow! Speak of the devil. Rams coming across the country to play the Patriots in Foxborough. Patriots went in Chicago and won last week, and they're getting Christian Barmore, their best defensive lineman, back. He's going to start.
You guys just pick it. No spread, right?
We don't pick.
We
a
would just
spread.
pick it straight up.
The Rams are up and down. 4-5. They've had some good wins, had some weird losses.
Well, the Dolphins kind of smacked them around.
They did smack them around.
That surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And they went. And that was in L.A.
Yeah,
that was
they shouldn't have.
But Tua's back.
He is. He's the only one that knows how to run the offense.
Yeah, when he's back, they're dangerous.
And both of those games they lost that he
they're a
came
playoff
back were
team.
were a field goal.
I'm not going to hold the Rams.
So even lost to the barely lost to the Bills.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got to pick the Rams.
I got to pick
right?
the Rams.
I would say the Rams.
Yeah.
Hard
I
to
mean,
pick
I
the
think
Pats
it'll be
in
a
that
close
game.
game. The Pats are at home, and Barmore being back will help on defense. But the Rams just still look at that.
When did he go down?
He never played it down. He had that. He had that illness. It was an illness. It was out
Who was this?
Christian Barmore. He's from Alabama.
Yeah.
He's our best defensive lineman. We just signed him to a big deal.
Okay.
He got this sickness, and they had to wait for this to clear, and then he had to clear a protocol. And
Like
now
a mystery sickness?
I forget what it's called. It's rare.
Mystery illness, like a Jamie Foxx illness. Mystery illness.
It was a mystery. I'd never heard of it.
Jamie Foxx had a mystery illness?
Remember, it was speculation he had like a stroke or something, and and Cat Williams made a nice joke about it. He goes, "They said he had a mystery illness." And the amazing thing is, they cured it.
Yeah.
I thought we knew about all the illnesses.
Yeah. Well, this took 8-9 weeks to cure. So he's back. This will be a good game in Foxborough. It's going to be a one-score game, but the Rams, I think, just have too much on the outside. Cup and Puka Nacua to me are going to be the difference.
Yeah, Kyron Williams also.
Because the
real
Patriots
threat
do have
up the field.
Gonzalez, who's a shutdown corner, but that's the thing. The Rams are going to. It's going to be close, but the Rams are going to win this late. Moving on. Oh, speaking of the devil, Packers at the Bears. You know, I said this in week 1.
Easy.
I said this in week 1 that this fucking Caleb Williams was a fucking bust. It had nothing to do with his talent. It's between the ears.
You said that last college season.
I did about him. I said he's the black Aaron Rodgers. All kinds of talent, 5-cent head. And he's all about himself. And now the Bears don't know the best part about it is the Bears are such a bunch of fuck ups when it comes to doing this. They don't know how to help him. Their solution is to take him out and go sit on the bench. Dan Orlovsky this week almost had an aneurysm on the set when he heard this.
They did that already?
He's out. He's not going to play. He's not going to start.
Who's starting?
I don't know, but he's supposed to sit. They took him out. They're benching him for a week or whatever it is. Wow. And Dan Orlovsky blew a gasket. And by the way, Dan Orlovsky is not wrong. He said that, look.
Over.
Yeah. Georgia's back in it. There you go, Nick Saban. Georgia's back in it. So find another game. But anyway, the thing about this is quarterbacks are going to face adversity. Peyton Manning.
It's over.
Peyton Manning through 20.
Oregon won, yeah.
Go. There's the BYU game. Scroll over. The BYU game is on.
Right there, Kansas City, BYU.
Yeah, that's the one you want to put on right now.
There we go.
Oh, they're losing, dude.
Oh, it bodes well for
It's early.
Colorado. It's second quarter.
Yeah, it's early.
That's all right.
Early second.
all right.
Sure.
All right.
Lots of time.
Lots
Sweet
of
jerseys,
time.
though. I gotta give Kansas some credit,
Did you
wouldn't
see
it?
Kansas State got spanked today by somebody?
Yeah.
I like it. It rhymed. That was pretty cool. You said ranked, got spanked.
But anyway,
Oh,
so
What you doing?
the thing about Caleb Williams is
used to spit in my day.
the thing about Caleb Williams
I rocked a
is-
couple mic in my day.
Yes, you have and still do. But this kid is just like Aaron Rodgers. He's a loser. Okay, he's a fucking loser. He had all this talent at USC. He couldn't win jack shit after he won the Heisman. What?
We have a symphony of canine.
I swear to God, I try to get a thought out. Oh, listen, a symphony of canines across the way. What the fuck is? I don't care. Who the fuck cares?
It's nature. It's the beautiful part of life.
Every fucking show. Start talking about something. Oh, listen. It's just like, look, a yellow moon. It's
Yes.
fucking like, that's what he fucking does. It's like, the thing about Caleb Williams is he's a loser, okay? And he's a loser, okay, because he's just like Aaron Rodgers. He's all about himself. It's like Ron Burgundy on fucking steroids. He's like, yes, I'm kind of a big deal. People know me. My home reeks of rich mahogany, and I have many leather-bound books. That's this fucking kid. And that's Aaron Rodgers, by the way. And that's why they're both fucking losers, okay? Because I don't care if you can throw the ball 100 miles an hour. I don't care if you can do the moonwalk on your butt cheeks and throw it through a needle in a haystack, as I so famously said on the show. That's how I described Aaron Rodgers. And yet you can't fucking win.
You can throw a football through a needle in a haystack.
And he's a loser.
He was going on an epic rant one time and ended it in that. I was almost...
Oh, Tom had to leave the set.
my
Tom walked off. He was crying. He couldn't stop laughing. And I'm like, he's a loser. And he's still a loser.
He's a loser.
The last time we did the show Wednesday night, I actually did something I never thought I would do as a Pats fan. I actually had empathy for the Jets fans. Because even they didn't deserve this ass clown.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious? He set them back 10 years.
All right. Let's get back.
Anyway, we both got the Packers because
we all have the Packers.
All the
Right?
Packers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one,
100%.
Jaguars. Mac Jones is playing the best team in football.
I mean,
let me guess. Mac
Saints 3
sucks now,
touchdown
right?
passes,
Hold on,
right?
It's KC.
No, it's
Detroit.
Detroit.
And it's a
It's
12.5
at
spread. I think
at Detroit.
that's
Detroit
gonna
wins
be
and covers.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Anybody want to argue that one? No.
No.
Vikings, Titans.
I mean, Vikings. That's easy.
I'm laughing at it. It's a joke.
easy. Yeah.
Now,
Although Sam Darnold has started to look a little.
Sam Darnold-ish.
they're 7-2.
Yeah, they're still really good. And Sam Darnold's not.
And the Vikings really, the Titans really stink.
Yeah,
stink.
100%.
Dude, a couple of weeks ago you were screaming about how they have the best defense in the league.
They still have the best defense in the league.
All right, so
But they also have the worst offense in the league. They have the worst offense.
They better hold the other
They
team.
do.
They hold
They
the
have
other team
the
under 10
worst
points if they're going to win a game.
This is the thing. Their defense is number 1. Their offense is number 32. That's fun. I have never seen that. Okay, that's where they
Man,
are.
that sucks to be that offense.
Yeah, I mean, let's trade away A.J. Brown. Let's trade away Derrick Henry. And
Right.
look at what they were a playoff team. By the way, those two are still pretty good. Last time they don't look washed out.
really good.
Really good.
We all have Vikings.
Yeah, next one, Raiders, Dolphins.
Dolphins all day.
Dolphins all day.
Yeah,
This is,
'cause
by the way, the Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders watch is on in Vegas. Okay. Next one, wow. Browns at the Saints.
Ooh, at the Saints.
Jameis going
But James
back.
is going back there.
Going back
He
to
is
New
going back
Orleans.
there. But the Saints hired this new coach, and suddenly they look rejuvenated, dare I say. This guy must have been a major fuck up, this coach. I mean, they didn't
Dennis
like
Allen
him.
actually was a pretty good coach. I mean, he was a good defensive coach. He's been.
Why did they just fall
head
off
coach
the map?
before.
How you lose 7 in a row with that kind of talent?
Is
It was
Derek Carr
crazy.
playing quarterback there still?
He's back.
He's back, yeah. Well, he did get injured. So
He did get hurt. He missed 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But they lost 7 in a row.
Yeah. I
So
get it,
he's
yeah.
back. No Olave. Right?
Olave's out for the season, I think.
Yep.
They still got Kamara. They still
mean,
got
Kamara's been a big surprise this year.
He's been healthy.
Dude,
Yeah.
The past couple of years, he stayed healthy.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember he used to be just a fantasy monster a few years back, and you look this year.
He is again.
He's
have
another.
him.
Yeah, he's
been
another
awesome.
fantasy monster. You're like, oh, he's kind of back. Yeah. So
I
it's been a really
mean,
good year.
I mean, the Saints looked like a totally different team last week. They just did, and you could tell that they didn't like this.
Inspired.
Coach. I mean, they were inspired. But again, to your point,
It's hard to pick Cleveland right
Cleveland's
now.
2-7. Like what?
And
the
they
fuck?
just traded away Amari Cooper.
Yep, they've tanked. They're in tank.
Yeah.
God, it's hard to pick them.
But
they
Jameis
still-
wants to win, doesn't he?
And they still have Miles
It's
Garrett.
in New Orleans.
It's in New Orleans. This is a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
I think I'm taking New Orleans. I'll start it. I'll take New
Taking
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Because you make a valid point about Jameis Winston, but they traded away their number 1 weapon.
That's what.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb is back.
Yeah.
But he's been back, and they haven't won with
No,
him.
they haven't. But that was just with Deshaun. He's been gone for 2 weeks. Another loser for
I
him.
kind of like Jameis going home.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well,
I'm
not
going
really
Saints.
home. I mean, Jameis to
That's
me
true.
was
You're
Tampa's
right.
always
You're
going to be
right.
home.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm going.
He was 30 for 30.
Yeah, he didn't really do shit in New Orleans.
Yeah, he did. He's a backup. He was like a third stringer, remember? Yeah. He played for like the 1 year contract, right? And then they brought him back. He was a backup, and then they just let him go.
All right, I'm going Jameis.
You're going famous,
Going
Jameis.
Jameis.
I'm going Saints. Next one. This one is very interesting.
Okay.
Colts at the Jets. We you know,
And he's going back. They're going back to Anthony Richardson.
Richardson's coming. This
Yeah.
is very intriguing.
That's why
If
the
this
Jets look
Flacco,
better.
I'm telling you, if Flacco was there, I'd pick him.
Yeah,
I'd
it'd
take
be
the
a
Colts.
definite
But now
win
with
for Flacco.
Richardson in there, you're like,
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Because but they weren't winning with Flacco. They're 4-6.
yeah,
I mean, they're not out of it, but they're on the bubble.
yeah.
They
How
can't.
many games did he win?
Flacco won 1 and then lost 2.
Yeah.
So Anthony Richardson won 3?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, they've got weapons.
He was 3 and
got Michael
they're
Pittman Jr.
4. He
you
was
got,
3 and 4.
Josh Downs.
But it
Jonathan
seems
Taylor out of the
It seems
backfield.
like those guys have bigger games when Flacco's playing.
Look, here's the thing. The New York Jets are a fucking mess right now. They're a mess.
Okay, but 2 weeks ago they beat the Texans.
The Texans had just lost their receiver that week, the number 1 guy.
Okay, but I mean,
Diggs.
and by the
Diggs went down.
way, the Jets got some lucky things happen in that game.
dude, Garrett Wilson made an incredible catch that game.
There was another play in that game that a tipped interception that got called back, and there was some other shit that went the Jets' way. Some big breaks went the Jets' way in that game, and they barely won. And then they lost the next week, promptly to a team that was nowhere near as good as the Texans. Let's be clear about that. Look, I'm not saying
The
the
Cardinals?
They went out to Arizona.
And they got smacked around.
31-6. He threw for 40. The Cardinals' defense is ranked 25th in the league. He threw for 45 yards in the first half with those weapons.
God damn, that's terrible.
That's terrible. That's fucking embarrassingly awful.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm not saying you're wrong, because here's the thing about the Colts. Does this team trust its quarterback?
Yeah.
This is
2 weeks ago he was calling out of the game.
Yeah.
He called out of the game.
That's why he sat.
That's why they left him. They sat him down.
And you think 3 games or 2 games is enough?
I don't know. I'm saying this is a very interesting game. I can see that. I see where you're going with it, and I agree with you.
Colts might look at this and go, "We think we got to win. Let's put him in." It's a good opportunity for him to come back and win.
Again, if the Colts win this, they're back in the playoff picture. They got to win this game, though. The Jets are done.
Yeah,
they're done. I mean,
You can see
nobody
it.
believes.
They really have nothing to play for.
But the thing is, there's dissension in that locker room. They wrote ESPN wrote a 10-minute column on
booming silence.
The booming silence of Aaron Rodgers. Not this where Wednesday night show. Aaron Rodgers is a loser. I mean, he's still a loser. What's changed in the last 4 days? He's still a fucking loser. The man's a loser. Okay, this is
So
a game.
you think they're going to roll over?
I think this team has quit.
God, that sucks.
They've quit because of him. Mike Williams, we were just
waste
talking.
of money, man.
We were talking about this man. Mike Williams, Aaron Rodgers throws a pick. This is when the Jets quit. Aaron Rodgers throws a pick against was it Pittsburgh? I forget who it was. And he says, Mike, instead of going I made a wrong read, which was the quarterback with the mindset of a leader, like say, I don't know, Danny Dimes would say, no, he ran the wrong route. That's Aaron Rodgers right there in a fucking nutshell. And that's when this fucking team quit.
Do Jets fans have
Mike Williams gets traded 2 weeks later to Pittsburgh, catches the game-winning touchdown, turns around the camera and goes, red line. Aaron Rodgers said he was supposed to run the route along the red line, so he turns around for the camera and goes, red line on the fucking camera. Right up Aaron's ass. Right up his fucking ass.
That time he stayed on the red line.
He ran down the red line, touchdown.
Do you think the Jets are still bad, even if Zach Wilson's there this year?
They couldn't be worse.
You didn't like Zach Wilson, did you?
Do you think they'd be better if Zach Wilson was the quarterback?
I mean,
well, they were last year.
They have more
I'm
wins.
just saying, I mean, it's kind of a weird
Right now,
thought.
they have more wins.
Initially, you'd be like,
That's
what is this
crazy.
guy
Right
talking
now,
about?
they have
to
more
think
wins.
about that against Aaron Rodgers sounds silly.
But it's true.
It's
But,
true.
but he could, I don't know, I'm just saying. It's kind of interesting.
This is a very interesting game.
It's an interesting game.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I like the Colts. I'll
this is the
Colts.
thing about this. This is why I've always been on him. He's making me look like fucking Nostradamus. How do you say on camera, oh, this guy ran the wrong route? Where in 16 years of being a quarterback did that ever work for you?
Yeah. Where's the leadership?
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's how you lose. You want to lose a locker room? That's how you
That's how you
fucking
do it.
lose it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you do it. I'm like, and the Jets have given him everything. I said I had empathy for the fans because they didn't deserve this. This is awful. This is awful. I mean, the man ought to be ashamed of himself. Everything he wanted, he got.
That's true.
It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing.
Like we talked about, it's very NBA-ish.
It kind of is.
It's like what KD and Kyrie did
in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Very similar. Very
it's
similar.
much like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They picked the coach for. No, we don't need a coach.
They kicked out.
We'll go with Steve Nash. And then when they fail, they blame Steve Nash.
No,
it's like
you know who they kicked out?
The guy who took them to the playoffs. Atkins.
They had
The guy
Harden
who's
come there
now
too.
coaching Cleveland.
Cleveland, who's 13-0. Yeah.
The Nets were actually building something.
They were.
And then they
were.
said, "Oh, actually, you guys come run the bitch."
Talk about three losers. Three losers. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin losers. All three of them.
And now you know who's
Kevin
there?
Durant loses in 7 games. Bitter fought series to the Warriors. What does he do? He has to come back and try to beat them like Jordan Bird or Magic would do.
Yeah.
No, he goes and joins them.
Then leaves
And then he leaves them. Then
Yeah.
he goes, I'm like, what a donkey. I mean, are you serious? People compare him to Larry Bird. Don't you ever put those two in the same sentence.
Do you know who the Nets have now?
What's
Ben
his
Simmons.
name? Yeah, who's playing pretty well. He is off the bench.
Finally.
In a 6-man role, I'm not saying he's worth the money he's getting, but he's actually playing pretty well right now.
There's a viral
Still
video.
can't shoot for shit.
Right, dude, there's a viral video from the other day of him in warm-ups.
Yeah.
He's got his big headphones on,
Yeah.
and he misses like 20 shots in
a
a
row.
row.
Oh, my
He missed
God.
every shot in warm-ups.
He could be the worst shooting guard ever
He missed every shot
in the history, and he made 2 All-Star teams.
It's the mental state of him. Man.
Yeah, it's all
He's
mental.
lost,
He's
man.
afraid.
It's crazy.
That layup he didn't take, and that changed him forever.
Changed him forever.
He had the
Really
layup,
did.
and he passed. That changed
was
him forever.
crazy.
Yeah, it was a wide. There was no one there. He was so afraid to shoot. He was so afraid of missing that shot. That changed him forever.
Man,
he's
that's
never
crazy.
recovered from that. But anyway,
I still like the Colts.
The point is, this is Aaron Rodgers.
That's a tough one.
I still like the Colts. I'm gonna stand ground on the Colts.
Here he is.
Oh, yeah, he's watching him shoot miss 20s. This is
event.
Tangent Tom again. We're trying to make
Tangent Tom.
This is funny. This is funny. It's sped up. Just watch it.
Boy.
Clang.
That's two.
Wait, there's more. Stretch out. Let me get a stretch out. It's the wrong leg. Clang. We spin back again. Lefty, clang. Couldn't make it right. Let's try lefty. Lefty again. Clang.
He's lefty.
He's now over 2. He tried lefty
He's not
first.
getting any arc on him.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
He's kicking on his left leg
look,
too.
the ball is coming off different every time, right? Like this isn't the same shot over and over again.
His form is like, watch his leg. He kicks it out.
Oh, he made one. Oh, you were wrong.
He
You
made the
missed
last
7 in
one.
a row.
Was it 7?
7, not 20.
No, that was more than 7.
It was 7 in a
Hold
row.
on a second.
It was 7, then he made it.
It had to be more. No?
It wasn't 20.
All right, 1. Oh my God. You're probably right. 2.
He does 2.
I think it is a little more. I'm gonna say 9.
It could be
3, 4, 5.
No, there's 3.
That was 5.
That was 3. 4.
5. It's more than 6.
So that was in and out. 6.
7.
No, he missed 7.
He's gonna go 8.
He misses 7.
Come on.
He takes a deep breath. No, 8. 8. Hold on, maybe you're right. Might be 9. 9.
He misses 8.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he made
He
the
missed
9th
8. He made the 9th
one.
one.
So I said 7.
So close to 20.
But I follow. Yeah.
7.
I mean, look.
7.
I mean,
It was
27.
28. That's close,
It
right?
was on the cusp.
He was shooting bricks.
Personally,
Big bricks.
28 is much closer than 7.
He was on the cusp of 1 for 30.
Closer.
Yeah.
He was.
He was on the cusp of 1 for 30.
Point is, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Guy hasn't hit a shot since 2022.
So you're gonna go with the Jets?
Oh man, I kind of want to. It's just kind of a joke over there right now.
See, here's the thing. I'll pick the Jets, and they'll just Aaron will find a way to fuck this up. And if I pick the Colts, he'll fucking win. They'll win somehow. They'll get a bounce.
The Jets, you mean?
I'm fucked either way. Yeah, I'm fucked either way.
I mean, I just look at that team and I'm
But
like,
again, I don't know how this locker room is going to embrace Richardson after what he did. Are they going to say it again?
Right.
That's a big
Or are they
question.
gonna- it's a
Mark.
big question. Because
But
if
it's not
that
like he
wasn't
dissed,
there,
like
I would
anybody
pick
on
the
the
Colts.
team or anything.
If that
he just needed a break.
Maybe, but it's just
Apparently.
like if you look at that,
That
if
was
you're a
weird.
team
That was weird.
in a
Is
big
that
moment.
the worst thing? Is that the worst thing a guy can do in a big moment?
I don't think so. In a big
No,
moment?
I
Was
think
it a big
Aaron-
moment?
I think Aaron Rodgers telling
it
the
fourth
world
quarter?
that the
Yeah,
guy,
it was fourth quarter, but he was tired, man. He just had to take a break.
Yeah, no. Aaron Rodgers thing is definitely worse. But we're talking in-game scenario.
That was an in-game scenario. It was he threw a pick and he blamed the receiver.
But what he did was outside of the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying
Post-game.
in-game, calling out of a play, like in the middle of a
And
big
you're not
drive.
hurt. You're not hurt.
Yeah, you're just tired.
You're
You're out of breath.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
This is tough.
But then the Jets are a mess too. You got Sauce Gardner, who's been talking shit on Twitter,
Yep.
getting into it with fans.
Yeah, they're a mess.
Yeah.
You got the Prince of Thieves, Aaron Rodgers.
The Dalai Lama, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Who-
Saleh's.
Hey, America, we should all go in a dark room.
They fired Saleh and they're
they're worse.
Their defense
They're
went
worse.
down.
Went down, went to shit.
Packers hired Saleh immediately. Said, "Yep, come on over."
And the coach's defense, yeah, absolutely. Smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart move.
Bring out his consultant because the Jets got to pay. You're just making all kinds of money.
Yeah, so
Good for him. He's
which
Benjamin
one is
Schroeder.
gonna which
The
one
Jets
is
have
bigger?
more talent, don't they? But we know talent doesn't really mean shit if you're a mess.
He's had this all year. They lost to the Patriots
I know. How is he this
with
bad?
Jacoby Brissett
How's he this bad?
and no defense.
How's he this bad?
I don't. He's a fraud.
Okay, after that show,
He's a fraud. How's he as bad? He's a fraud. He's always been a
I
fraud.
can't pick them after what the Cardinals did to them.
I'm going
You got to
with
go
the
Colts.
Colts.
There,
We're
I'm
going-
telling you, it's all about the Colts.
That was the longest.
That was embarrassing.
That, by the way, those teams were 3-7 and 4-6. So, hey, next one. This is a good one. Oh boy, Donnie and the Brook, Ravens Steelers. Yikes! This is a good one.
It's always a tough game.
7-3, 7-2.
Where's the game at?
It's in Pittsburgh at 1:00.
Lamar's going in there.
Lamar's going in.
Lamar's going in there with the
Comes the blazing. This is gonna be a hell of a game.
Russell Wilson.
This
will
is going
put
to be
up-
a good game.
Russell
I bet it's
Wilson
going to be
will
a
fight back.
17 to 13 game,
These
too.
two
I think they
teams
might score a lot.
No, but the thing is, these
so?
two teams, no matter what the offenses are doing, it's like a 17 to 13,
Yeah.
20 to 17 game.
Yeah, it'll be a
Every
6 to
fucking
nothing
time.
and a half or something.
Yeah, it's
It'll be
like their
Yeah, but it's
defense
not-
has
But it's
become.
not those defenses. Definitely not the Ravens.
I know, but they just doesn't matter what their defense is
But
ranked. This is
on the
what they
flip
do.
side, the Ravens have given up a lot of points this year, so
Right.
it might end up being a
shootout.
shootout And that would be weird.
Steelers' defense is healthy.
But they just
They have not been healthy the past couple of years.
They just beat the Commanders. What was it?
28-27 in Washington.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Washington's a good team.
Yeah.
That was
They are a
awesome.
good team.
Their defense, though, I don't love their defense.
Well, the damn defensive tackle should be fucking sweet.
But that's why I feel like it's similar to the Washington game.
Kansas moving it on BYU.
I'm going
4th and 6. Got a big
I'm going
play.
B more in that one.
Baltimore.
Who you like?
I like Baltimore also. I do. What do you think?
You seem to like Pittsburgh over there.
I like their defense because it's healthy.
No, I'm talking about Lottie.
In that game,
It's in Pittsburgh.
it's in Pittsburgh.
Which is
This
the
would
other
be
thing.
your first solo pick of the night.
No, yeah.
If I go
If
Pittsburgh,
you go Pittsburgh,
man, that's a tough.
Now
you
again,
could get a game up on us.
I'm gonna
This-
take Pittsburgh. I'm
Okay.
gonna take
All right,
I'll take the Steelers.
okay, all right.
And here's why: because the Ravens' defense can be real porous, even in late in the game.
is the
and they-
Steelers' offense explosive now?
I mean, it's not terrible.
Are they
You
explosive
got a
enough
good.
to take
You got a
advantage
good.
of it? The
Russell's
Steelers'
been
offense,
Russell's
he's
been cooking.
He's been efficient, but they haven't been they haven't dropped 40 on 35 on anybody. They're winning like
No,
23
no,
to 17, and they're winning 24.
no, they just won
27.
28-27.
Ooh, 28. Ooh.
28. That's
I mean,
what
healthy score, right?
what teams are averaging 28 points a game.
That was the first time they hit 28.
I know, but I'm just saying that's a lot.
Baltimore's averaging. 20.
And this is for the division because I believe the
But what are they
Steelers.
doing?
What teams are? Well,
What are
funny
they-
you say that. The
It's
team
the
they're
best
playing.
team.
The Steelers are a half game ahead of the Ravens right now, right?
The Ravens are 7-3. The Steelers are 7-2.
So they got a half game.
They got
on.
a bye. They're a game behind.
Put a little space between the two.
Yeah.
All right, be more Pitt.
Okay.
Yep.
Next one, interesting one. This is at Denver. Falcons 6-4. Broncos 5-5.
At Denver though.
That-
Broncos,
it's up,
dude.
It's up there.
Broncos.
It's up there. Bo Nix has had quietly had a good rookie season.
Yeah,
He has. He's been solid. He's tough.
I feel like
He's,
the Falcons have had a loss here that I didn't expect.
They're
Cousins has been great there.
They're 6-4. They're
Yeah,
in this
they've been-
thing.
they-
They're not out of it.
they've got a
they have
hell of a
played-
running back.
and they've played a pretty tough schedule. They
Yeah.
have not played a bunch of cupcakes. They have. Yes, they
I
have.
feel like they lost.
But
the game
anytime you go to
recently
Denver,
that I
it can
thought
be
was
tough.
bad.
Well, hold on. We can do this in technology. We can actually click on the Falcons and tell you what's happened.
I feel like they had a bad
Let's see.
loss.
Hold on. But you might be right.
I remember early in the year they looked good when they beat the Eagles on like Monday night or Sunday night when Saquon dropped the ball,
Yep.
and it
yep.
looked like okay, Atlanta's going to
All
be.
right. Here are the Falcon losses. 18-10 Pittsburgh, who's 7-2.
How about those Steelers?
22-17 Kansas City, who's 9-0. This is the bad one. Seattle, 34-14.
Yeah, and
But
Seattle went there
Yeah. But they started off 3-0. Seattle started off well.
against
Kenny
shit,
Walker
though.
got
And
hurt.
they got
But
injured.
no, but they started
got
off,
injured.
Seattle started off 3-0 against Cupcakes,
Sure.
and then lost to the Giants
They
in
got
Seattle.
roughed up by the Lions.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the
Who are
Giants
the best
went-
team maybe
dude,
in
the Giants
football.
went to Seattle and went pat.
Hold on. And then they lose last week, 20-17 at New Orleans.
Atlanta. That's what we're
Atlanta.
talking about.
They beat Dallas. They
That's a
they
shit
won. They
loss.
won in Tampa Bay. I mean, they split with New Orleans.
They won in Tampa after
they
Mike
blew out-
Evans and
they
and
blew
Chris
out Carolina.
Godwin.
They blew out Dallas.
Did they?
They beat Philadelphia.
I know, I was just talking
at
about that.
Philly.
That's when Saquon dropped the touchdown to win the game.
He dropped it. I mean, it's not their fault. I'm just saying that they're not a bad team. Denver, just so you know, they're 5-5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are at home. There is that mile high thing. I agree with that. But they lost to Seattle, who sucks. They lost to Pittsburgh, who's good. They lost to the Chargers, who are good. They lost at Baltimore, 41-10. I might add. They lost. to Baltimore.
Yes.
And then they choked against the Chiefs, 16-14.
Lost to the Chiefs by 2.
They should have won
You know
that
what?
game twice, actually. Twice.
It's hard for me to come out here and wear this Sparty hoodie and now vote for Kirk Cousins. So I'm gonna pick Atlanta. Going with ATL.
Up in Denver, huh?
I'm going
Up in
Broncos.
Denver.
That's a very interesting pick.
I'm gonna go ATL.
I'm going Broncos. Which brings us to, hold on a second, let me get back to the main screen.
I'm not going to come on here with this Michigan State hoodie.
Not root for Kirk Cousins. I mean, it's
Seattle
fair.
at San Francisco,
That's
4-5 versus 5-4. Is San Fran getting healthy?
They are. McCaffrey's back.
they better
back.
hope they are.
Yeah, that's at home.
Debo's back.
Debo's back.
Kittle's back.
Yeah,
That's an
this
easy one.
might be where the Niners start their run.
Yeah, I think so.
I
agree.
I'm going to go with San Fran on this one.
I'm rolling with
Who are they
Niners
playing?
as
They're
well.
playing the Seahawks, who you hate. So I know you're picking San Fran. Now here is what I think is the game of the week. 9-0 Kansas City at 8-2 Buffalo. This is a big one. This is a big one.
People are scared to pick this game.
The Kansas City Chiefs might have the biggest horseshoe I've ever seen up their ass.
I gotta pee.
Because, by the way, he does
Right
this.
behind you.
He does
Right
this
behind
every
you.
episode.
This
And
segment
wait-
brought to you by Mountain Dew Zero,
Yeah.
Major Melon.
yeah, in Japanese, that's I got to pee.
Yes.
So that's Tom. Yeah,
Didn't realize that.
every day. Yeah, Tom. By the way, he did last almost 2 segments.
You did. That's pretty good.
But while he's doing that, you and I can certainly talk about this game. Kansas
Absolutely.
City has a horseshoe up their ass the size of Mile High Stadium. They should have lost 4 games this year already. Patrick Mahomes is leading the NFL, or tied for lead with interceptions. When did Tom Brady ever do that, I might add? This is the game Kansas City loses.
Because it's during the regular season, and this would be a Buffalo type of win.
Buffalo's defense has been outstanding. They have been balanced on offense. And for whatever, Josh Allen seems to play his best games against the Chiefs.
In the regular season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they beat him in a playoff game, too.
Yep.
They do. But
But for the most part.
for the most part, I'm just saying that they're not afraid of these guys, one. And as good as, and by the way, let's be clear, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, what's his name again? That motherfucker.
Spagnuolo.
How no one is going after him for a head coach?
I know.
I do not
Incredible.
because that team
Incredible.
should be 4-4 right now. And he is the reason they are 9-0 because that defense has been ridiculous. But it's in Buffalo. This is when Kansas City's luck runs out. It's going to be a great game. It'll be close. Buffalo wins this game in Kansas City, probably by a touchdown. I think. What do you think?
So here's my conspiracy theory on KC. Fair to say Tom Brady's the GOAT, greatest quarterback of all time. No argument, I'm sure. Based on your sweatshirt.
I think the numbers don't lie.
Yep, right. Numbers don't lie.
Patrick Mahomes is a victim of those
If you're
numbers.
ever going
In 2 places,
if
I
you're
mean.
ever going to be in the conversation, it's not about winning 7.
Yes, it is. He has to
Not
win
not
7.
entirely.
Yes, he does.
They could.
He has to win 7.
You have
He's
to.
not
Yeah,
looking
but
up.
when you
if
have
he wins 6, Tom Brady's
when you have 3, you got to start doing things Tom's never done,
Like three-peating.
like three-peating and something no one's done since 1972,
no
go
one's-
undefeated.
Oh,
This is my conspiracy
dude,
theory.
You're pulling at his.
I know, no. But I'm just.
You're in
going
his
up.
nervous system right now.
Yeah.
I won't believe that.
They've already made it to
If
9-0.
he does that-
9-0
If
incredible.
he three-peats on a fucking, what would it
On
be?
an undefeated team.
19-0?
20-0.
20
No
and
team's
20
ever
and
done
0.
20. Okay, now hear me out.
No team's ever done.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
No, they haven't. You're right.
Or was it 16?
Have they lost since Taylor Swift came to the building?
Oh, you're blaming this on Twifty, huh?
They haven't
Give
lost.
Swiftie all the credit.
She's been in every game. They won the Super Bowl.
That's true.
They started dating late in the season, right? They haven't lost.
since she got there?
They're 9-0.
Wow.
Think about that.
Go Taylor.
So that's my
So how did
conspiracy
Taylor?
theory.
So how did Taylor?
It's the only
how
way.
has Taylor done that? But she couldn't get Kamala in.
I don't know.
Tell me how the fuck that happened.
Kind of throws that out the window.
Yeah,
God
couldn't
damn.
help.
So you're
How
telling me
did I do it?
you're gonna use your power for the fucking Chiefs?
I mean,
Jeez.
It's big money. It's big money. No, so I'm gonna pick KC. Not to be super different. I just have this weird feeling they're on this. They've already somehow, some way
they're
figured
going
out
to
a way to
play
win all
the
these games.
Texans, the Steelers, and at Denver.
tell you
They're
something,
not
Lawton.
going undefeated. They're going to lose to one
I'm
of those.
picking up
two
what
teams.
you're putting down.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And what's going to start tomorrow?
But I completely understand your mindset.
They've
Josh
got a-
Allen wins these type of games.
They've got
Like,
a horseshoe up their ass the
Yep.
size of Mount Washington. It's not going to last. As good as Spagnuolo has been, Josh Allen is the guy you can't account for.
Is that the Sunday night game?
No, it's
that's
should
Monday
be.
night. It should be the 4:25 game.
It's 4:25.
And guess who will be
I believe.
announcing that? I'm sure.
Tom Brady.
Yes, sir.
It will be.
Okay, so you got Bills. We both have KC.
Yep.
What's the next game?
I'm going back there now.
That KC plays or after this? You're talking about this week.
This week.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is the Sunday night game. The 4-6 Bengals at the 6-3 Chargers. Bengals are on the doorstep of
Chargers are good though.
Bengals are desperate. The Bengals have to win this game or it's over.
Bengals had to win the past couple games they
They're
lost.
4-6. They are not even close to mathematically out of it with 7 weeks to go. But they have to win.
And they're at home.
this game.
Bengals are home.
Chargers are 6-3. If Chargers lose this game, they're not fucked. Bengals are fucked if they lose this game. They are fucked. Okay, and this is where I think Joe Burrow plays the Joe Burrow game. So I got the Bengals.
The Joe Burrow game.
Yeah, the one where he throws 5 touchdowns and 400 yards. He hasn't had that game yet.
Yeah.
He's due. This is the game.
Then what happened when fucking
They do need this game more.
Jamar Chase went nuts the other week?
That was at Baltimore. Who might be the best team in football. This ain't Baltimore. Chargers defense because he can't touch Baltimore's defense.
No, I'm
Their
saying
offense-
Burrow had that game.
No, he didn't. He had 3.
Dude,
Jamar Chase had that game.
Yeah, because
He also
Burrow
threw a
threw
pick
to
in that
him.
game.
Burrow threw 4 TDs.
Burrow's can throw 5 against this defense. If he can throw 4 against
I'm
Baltimore,
just
he's a
saying,
five
like
against Chargers.
Burrow's playing good.
This is the game that pick the Chargers. I'm picking the Bengals.
It is hard for me to pick for Jim Harbaugh. Real hard, right?
He hates Jim Harbaugh too.
I can't stand Jim
I
Harbaugh.
don't hate Jim Harbaugh.
But
I don't think I ever said
they're
that.
fully healthy now. Josh Palmer's back at
Actually-
receiver. Lab McConkey. They've got all his boys back.
You know what I hate?
Yeah.
Who's got it better than us?
He's a cornball.
Yeah.
He's a cornball. He's always been that way. He's always been kind of a weird guy.
I mean,
Who's got it better
I'm
than
going to
us?
attack this day with just
Right.
incredible tenacity.
Maybe I hate him though because I wish I was positive in spots like that.
I don't know.
Look, they have beaten. This is the Chargers. They're 6-3. They've beaten the Raiders, the Panthers. They've lost to the Steelers. They've lost to the Chiefs by 7. They beat Denver in Denver by a touchdown. They lost to the Cardinals, and they've beaten the Saints. Stink. The Browns stink, and the Titans stink.
Oh fuck them.
So they're
Not
hold on.
picking them.
Of their 6 wins, the only quality one is at Denver. The Raiders, the Panthers, the Saints.
Well, they're also a team that runs the football. J.K. Dobbins is getting 30 carries a game.
They have beaten
right?
5
they're playing
drawouts.
Michigan football. They're playing this run first. But you know what? I'm gonna roll with the Bengals. Because they need the game more.
They need the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest point. Is they are
And they're
They're
not,
desperate.
and they've got the talent.
And
they just have to get a break.
The best team they
This is
have.
the week.
The best team they have beaten is the Broncos by a touchdown. The other
said
5
that.
are all terrible.
The Niners, right, got their start. They're getting their start this week against
Yeah.
Seattle. I think Bengals
The
can start a
Bengals
little
make
bit of a
their-
run if they beat the Chargers.
think they
Bengals
do.
should have beat the Ravens the other night.
They should have
They
won
should
that
have
game.
won that game. They
They
should have
got
won the
hosed.
game
Joe
earlier this
Burrow,
season,
by
too.
the way, Joe Burrow got hosed in that
Dude, how
game.
many times did he get hit?
The
after
hits
whistle?
after
Oh
the
my God.
whistle.
Oh my God.
And I'm not a Bengals guy, but Joe Burrow got screwed.
And he wasn't even bitching about
No,
it.
he didn't bitch, and that's why That's why I think they're going to turn this around because Joe Burrow, at his core, is a good. He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it. Unlike Aaron Rodgers, I think he gets it. Okay.
Joe Burrow's a lot like this guy
Yep.
in that
A lot
sense.
like in
He
that
gets
sense.
it.
He gets
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And I think they're.
And
gonna
he's
make,
always cool.
This is where I
he
think
never
the
looks
Bengals-
All
rattled.
right, Bengals Sunday night. Who's Monday night?
This, oh baby, this could just cap my week. Texans at the Cowboys.
That's easy.
That's
I
super easy.
hope the Texans beat them 50-0.
Oh, that's.
I hope they destroy.
Is this the
team.
McCarthy game where they fire him?
Well, if they go through, no, Jerry wouldn't do that in the season.
Not in the season.
He's
No,
too
he'd
stupid
wait.
to do that during the
He
season.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would fire him. I'd have fired McCarthy already. McCarthy
Yeah.
wouldn't have come back after what happened last year. I don't understand how he's still on the sideline. We're being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a fraud. I mean, I don't understand how he's here. I mean, but Jerry, the thing is, what's the one thing that's worse than a fraud? A narcissist. Okay,
Right.
and the narcissist is running the asylum.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
He
yeah.
won't fire himself because he loves himself.
They're
so much.
talking about him.
That's right, yeah. Like he.
A narcissist
Dak's
is
players
typically
are
a
talking
fraud.
about him.
Yeah.
In order to be a narcissist, you have to be a fraud.
But the thing is, the narcissist won't fire the fraud because that would mean the narcissist was wrong, and the narcissist can't be wrong.
Right.
So therefore, his narcissism won't allow him to fire the fraud. So therefore, they're going to go. That's
a very good point.
This is the problem.
So
is the
Texans,
problem.
all three of us. got
Texas, yeah,
That's
I'll
easy.
do
That's super
so
easy.
that's gonna do it for segment 2. We're gonna take a quick break. We have to find Yoda, Jobu, and Betty. We'll be back. Segment 3, NBA update. We're gonna check Salisbury and Donnybrook. Knicks are playing tonight. We're gonna talk also and basketball guys. We're gonna talk a little fundamentals.
I love it.
Little fundamentals. Okay, segment 3 coming right up.
Dude, I gotta go back.